This is Umar Farooq from the channel Learning with Mehdi. And the topic that we guys are going to talk about today is actually the research process. As previously on this channel, Sir Mehdi has talked about the what is actually the research and the basics of research. But today we guys are going to talk about what actually is a research process. So, simply put, a research process is a process that systematic way in the way that you are going to conduct a research, a steps involved in conducting a research. So you can consider a worldly example that you are cooking a food. Okay, you've got the ingredients. You put the ingredients in a cooker and you just cook them. There will be no taste because you have not followed a certain steps during cooking the food. Same is the scenario with the research. You have to follow certain steps in order to that research to be valid and in order to make the research a better one. Okay. So, okay, so what are these steps in a research? First step is actually identifying the problem. So, how can you identify a problem? There are different ways that you can identify a problem. You can do it by either by brainstorming, you can do it by looking into your environment, finding a problem there. You can do it by your previously available knowledge. You can look into that knowledge and you can see that there is a problem existing there. You can see review into literature. You can see some literature while reading that literature or something or any book or any knowledge of some kind, and you see a problem there, and you will identify that problem that you are going to conduct that research upon. So the next step is reviewing literature. So what actually is a literature review? A literature review, simply put, is it that the reviewing the literature that is already present on a certain topic that you are going to conduct your research on. Simply put, it is like that. So reviewing literature is very important in a research, and it is a very important step in research. You can say it is a mini research, or you can say it put like that, a pilot research, that you get to know more about your problem. You can review the literature from various sources like books, journals, on internet, and something like that. The next step is actually setting questions, hypotheses, and objectives of the research. So, what are the questions, hypotheses, and the objectives of a research? The questions are those questions that you are trying to seek answers into your research. Same is the scenario is objective, that what are you going to obtain from your research, and what is an hypothesis in a research. Hypothesis is something that you make up that this thing is like that, and you have made up your pre-mindset about research on some scientific cases, and after conducting a research, your your hypothesis will be either validated or non-validated. The next step is actually choosing the framework for your research. So basically, there are two type of framework: conceptual framework and theoretical framework. So what are a question must arise in mind that what is a conceptual framework and what is a theoretical framework? A theoretical framework is a framework that you have seen in some research, and you copy that framework and put it in your research, that this is the method that you are going to conduct your research upon. And what is a conceptual framework? A conceptual framework can be said as a hybrid framework, that it is a mixture of different type of framework in a one framework. And the next step in the research process is actually sampling. Okay, there are basically two type of sampling: probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So it can be made more evident with an example. Okay, like there you think that there is a bowl and there are different colored chits in it. Okay, you put your hand in a bowl and take out one chit. Okay, and each chit has all the chits have the same probability to be chosen from that bowl. Okay, this is called the probability sampling. Like in that, everything has the same amount of percentage or chance to get chosen. But considering the same example for the non-probability sampling is like that there are different multicolored chits in a bowl, and you're only said to take out the red chits from that. So you have specified that when things are specified during sampling, that is called non-probability sampling. Collecting data is the next step in a research. In that thing, you collect your data, okay, like you collect your data through sampling, you collect your data from different books and people, you collect your data from surveys, from asking, from interviews. So you collect your data in the next, And the next step after that is analyzing and processing that data. You have collected a huge sum of data. Okay, you can't put that data same by same in the research, because that will make the research very big, or that will the size of the research will be enormous. Okay, you will summarize that data and or process that data into a shape that it will present a result. Okay, after after getting a result from that data, you put it into your research. After you have collected and processed your data, you are bound to write a report that these are my findings in a research, that you have found these things in research. Like in previously I have said about hypothesis, that you have either validated your hypothesis, non-validated your hypothesis. You have found that after conducting this research, that these are my findings on that certain research. So this is all from my side about the research process. I hope that you guys have learned a lot about the research process. So if you like and subscribe to this channel, this will increase our moral and increase our courage for our channel, and we'll provide more and better videos on this channel. I hope that you guys have a great day.